Hello everyone. So I am surrounded by a bunch of plants that aren't available yet. So I am trialing out plants that will be available in 2024 that I got from 2 different companies, and I'm really excited to kind of give you guys a preview because there are a lot of very pretty things here. So everything over here is from Proven Winners, and then everything over here is from Ball Horticultural, which I signed up to be a certified trial gardener this year. So that is why I have this section over here. Now, this section is actually 2 different brands. I think over here is Select One, and then over here is Ball Floral. Is it Ball Floral? Yes, Ball Floral Plant. So they're all underneath, I guess, the Ball umbrella, but they're just a few different brands that I'm gonna try out. So what I thought I would do today is go through each of these, show you what they look like. I have no idea yet where I'm gonna plant them in my garden, and I actually have a couple on my list that are already planted, so I will show you screenshots of those or show you where they're planted, but some of the stuff isn't necessarily flowering yet, so if that is the case, then I will put some screenshots up of what they are going to look like. But let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna work from, I think, your left to right, which will be my right to left over here. Now I do have, so Ball Horticultural sent out a little pamphlet with all the information on the plants, because obviously I don't know the information since they are new. And then Proven Winners also sent out their spring 2024 preview. There's a lot more in here for 2024 than what I have. And everything that I have right now, it's all flowers, and it's all annuals, at least in my zone. So let's go ahead, and again, I will start over here. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna start with the 4 new plants that are from Selecta One. This first one, I don't want to pick favorites, but I think this is one of my favorites just because I've never really seen something quite like it before, but this is called the Sweet Sunshine Magenta Sky Petunia, and it's a double flowered sky petunia. I think you can see that there. So it has white around the edges, purple inside, and then also white little polka dots on the purple, and I think that looks so sweet. I do love petunias. You know, I've always been a little bit biased towards the Supertunia Vistas, but I'm excited to try out other ones in my garden. So this one I definitely need to have, I think, kind of like on a main display area somewhere. We'll kind of see where I'm going to put all of these. But it also has some planting suggestions in here. So all of them luckily say patio containers because that's where they're gonna go. This one is also recommended for hanging baskets and in-ground. Now, I don't technically have a place for hanging baskets because it's not like I have an arbor up here. I think I hung one on my flower cart last year, but I'm contemplating hanging them from a gutter, which I don't know if that'll be too bad as long as they're not too heavy, but we'll see. But like I said, this is the Sweet Sunshine Magenta Sky Petunia. Next up from Selecta One, this one here is called the Enviva Pink Pechoa. This says it offers excellent versatility and weather tolerance, and it suggests patio containers, hanging baskets, and in-ground / landscape. Now, all of these, at least from Ball Horticultural, are recommended for full sun locations. I think some from Proven Winners might be part to full sun, but I don't think I have anything in here that is recommended in shade. So just keep that in mind as I am going through these. But this is one of my favorite colors in the garden. This just like very bright fuchsia color, so I'm very excited for this one as well. Well, I'm excited for all of them. Next up, we have a mix. So this one is already a combination of some different flowers. I think there's another one in here like that, or maybe this is the only one. But this one is called Trixie Romance in Bloom, and it's a combination of the Mini Famous Neo Salmon Pink Eye Calibrachoa, Headliner Strawberry Sky Petunia, and Blues Red Verbena. And this one actually just says patio containers and hanging baskets. It doesn't say in-ground, probably because it's a mix and they want you to plant it up in a pot. But I also love, I never really thought I loved petunias with prints on them, but I'm really drawn to all of these that have like the little polka dots, or almost looks like splatter painting on them. So I think that is going to be really pretty. So let me put that over here. And then the last one from Select One is the Capitan Magnifica Dianthus. And this one just got its first bloom. So I've had these for a couple days and this one has not bloomed yet. So I'm super excited to see that. This one says patio containers and in-ground. It does not say hanging baskets recommended, which I think makes sense for this plant because I don't think it has a trailing habit. This says it's a series of larger dianthus plants with excellent color. It can be grown with little or no heat. Let me actually see the size of this one since it does say it's a larger plant. So it says, oh, this one actually does say full and part sun. So all the rest said full. This one is full and part. It says spacing 12 to 8 inches and height also 12 to 8 inches. Also, I think this is the only one that had hardiness on it. I don't think the other ones did, but this is hardiness from zone 7A to 10B. Again, all of these are going to be annuals in Chicago zone 6A. Let me just double check that the other ones did not have hardiness zones. So this combination, full sun, spacing. Yeah, this doesn't say hardiness on them. Yeah, I'm not seeing hardiness on any of the other ones that are from Selecta One. But those are the 4 that I have from that brand. Now, flipping this over, I'll go through the ones that are from Ball Flora Plant. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and there is another mix. So let me find that one. So this here is Masters Serendipity. It has Calibrachoa Cabaret Bright White, Calibrachoa Cabaret Neon Rose, and Calibrachoa Cabaret Strawberry Parfait. And again, this says for patio containers and hanging baskets. So that one is really pretty. Let's see if this one has zones on it. This one is full sun, and I don't see any zone recommendations for here. Trying to clear up some space. Next from Ball Flora Plant, the Sure Shot Petunia Raspberry Cheesecake. I think this one is also just really, really cute. So it's stripes of yellow, like a buttery yellow, and then kind of it actually looks more fuchsia on camera and in the picture here. It looks more purpley in real life, but I really love that combination too. I think this is just such a fun little flower. So definitely have to find somewhere to show this one off. Let me see if there's anything else exciting on here. It does have planting suggestions, patio containers, hanging baskets, in ground and landscape, and it is also full sun. So that is that one. Next up is Lavender Dreams Cleo. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I did like on the tag there it says it's well behaved in the garden, because there are definitely some things that are not well behaved in the garden. But this one says butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds love this variety. It's a bit more compact and has soft thorns instead of the typical sharp ones, making it easy to handle. Now, I don't think I've ever grown, is it Cleo or Cleo in the garden, so I don't know how sharp the thorns usually are, but these are apparently going to be soft. But I'm loving the lavender color. That's kind of a color I'm enjoying in the garden this year, is like the light lavenders, kind of the apricot colors, I guess more pastel-y. I still have a lot of bright, vibrant colors too happening, but I really like the color of that. This one is suggested for containers and in the ground. Then we have 2 lantanas. This one here is the Shamrock Red Lantana. This doesn't have any flowers right now. There's some that are just starting to bud up there, but this says it is the best performing lantana on the market that just got even better. You can expect the quality and availability you've come to depend on, planting suggestions, containers, hanging baskets, in-ground, and landscape. And then the other lantana, which I think is really beautiful too, is the passion fruit. So those blooms I think are so pretty. It's a combination of like yellow, pink, and orange, and that was always one of my favorite combinations growing up as a kid. This one, patio containers, hanging baskets, in-ground, and landscape. So these I'm really looking forward to, I think, putting in the hanging baskets I was talking about, and then potentially putting them on the gutter. Let me know if that's a terrible idea. Again, they shouldn't be that heavy, but let me know just in case. But I just really love how unique those flowers are. So that is everything that is from Ball Horticultural. All right, let's now move on to the Proven Winners 2024 plants. I'm going to start with my absolute favorite. So this is the Super Bells Double Vintage Coral. I'll give you a close-up of the flowers. They showed us this at the event I went to, and I was in love with it then. I'm even more in love with it now that I can see it in person. I think I love, well, one, any sort of double flowers. They just look like tiny little roses to me, even though they are not in fact tiny little roses. And I love this color of like the combination of, again, that corally color, but a little bit of pink in there. So I'm really excited about this one. This one is full to part sun. I don't know if it's either gonna go on this deck or the front deck. I'm on the back deck right now. Let's see if there's anything exciting in here in the little booklet. So this says everything vintage is trending with consumers. It's well branched, 6 to 12 inches height, 12 to 24 inch spread, part sun to sun. So this should be good. It could also be good downstairs. A few different options for this one, but this is definitely one of my absolute favorites, and I'm excited to see how this does in the garden. Next, I don't think there are any really good flowers on this one right now. Unfortunately, there's some just starting to open up, but this is the Solenia Apricot. Do you say apricot or apricot? I think I'm an apricot girl. But these are also full to part sun, and I have begonias the last 2 years down on the pots on our front stairs because those are in a location that gets about maybe 4 to 5 hours of afternoon sun. Begonias have always done really well there. So you can see there on the tag what the flowers will look like once they are open. But this is also kind of a double flowering variety and just looks really pretty. Now this one also says part sun to sun, 8 to 12 inches high, 8 to 12 inch spread, deadheading not required for continuous bloom. So that is great because I'm really good at deadheading until about early to mid-June, and then I kind of just stop and let whatever happens happens. And then it also says mildew resistant, so that is good too. I have had an issue with that in the past on usually my zinnias, although it's been okay the last year, so hopefully that stays on track. So that again is the Solenia Apricot. All right, so next I have another Super Bells. This is Super Bells Double Smitten Pink, again full to part sun. These are really beautiful. They also have those double flowers, light pink on the outside, deeper pink on the inside. I'm just in love with this variety. So this one, similar description, I'm going to assume as the vintage coral. 6 to 12 inch height, 12 to 14 inch spread. Screened for, let me try to pronounce this, Theolaviopsis resistance, so whatever that is. Anything else in here? Robust, well branched, mounding, trailing habit. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. Do I have any other of the Super Bells? I do. So this is the Super Bells Double Redstone. These, obviously the flower shape is very similar to the other two, but these have red in the middle with yellow on the outside. So everything the same, again, full to part sun, 6 to 12 inches high. I'm really looking forward to finding places for these. Oh, there's a little butterfly. Oh, that's my first butterfly sighting. Oh, don't leave. Hopefully it comes back after I plant a bunch of these plants in my garden. So yeah, I think those are now 3 Super Bells. I probably should have done them all together without throwing the begonia in the middle, but is that everything? Okay, perfect. Now, let's go over to another begonia that I'm also really excited about. And these flowers, I just can't stand these flowers. These are really pretty too. These are a very light, kind of apricot-y peach color. These are called Double Delight Apple Blossom. Full to part sun, 18 to 14 inches. I might have to do one of these downstairs in a pot. Also, deadheading not necessary. Fragrant flowers and long blooming. Let's see. I actually don't get much of a smell. Oh, that one I do. Maybe because that one's a little bit older. I don't know, but I just think the color of these is absolutely beautiful. Let me find this in the book. See if there's anything else. This one says it's 20 to 30% larger than other Double Delight begonias. Tolerant of Xanthomonas than other series. More tolerant of Xanthomonas than other series. 18 to 14 inches high, 12 to 14 inches spread, part sun to sun, but full sun in the north. So yeah, I think those are probably both going to go downstairs in my pots, but not 100% sure yet. So then I have, are you, yes, you are one that is a little bit different. I'll do all the kind of petunias together. So this one is the Super Bina Pink Cashmere. Full to part sun, no flowers on this one yet either, so I will show you the tag up close. These are going to be a very light pink with, it looks like a little bit of like medium pink mixed in, maybe a bit of white. But I think these are going to be so pretty. I'm trying to think, maybe I'll put those here in a pot on the back deck because my color scheme back here is the more like lighter pastel-y colors. I think that'll be a perfect addition somewhere, maybe like in a container. Let's see, how tall is this one? This one is height. This one is height. This one is short, 6 to 12 inches. I'm spacing 10 to 14 inches. I don't know if I mentioned zones on any of these. I don't think I did, but this one is zones 8A through 11B, full to part sun, deadheading, not necessary, and heat tolerant. So that is definitely something I need to keep in mind up here. It's a lot hotter up here on the decks than it would be gardening in ground. So it's good to know that those can hopefully handle the heat up here. Let me find it in the book and see if there's anything extra that I should tell you about that plant. Oh, this one's actually labeled as a top pick in the book. So this one says, the new star of the series, pastel pink Super Bina captured our attention in trials with delicate flowers, extremely vigorous growth, and huge umbels that rival Super Bina whiteout and violet ice in size. Resistant to powdery mildew, mounding trailing habit, nothing else new on there than what was on the tag. Now the remaining ones, I'm pretty sure are all petunias. So we got Supertunia Hoopla Vivid Orchid. Love these two. I'm loving the petunias with combinations of colors. And I tend to go too matchy-matchy sometimes, so I don't know if this would be part of that. But how pretty would these two be together? So this is the, again, Supertunia Hoopla Vivid Orchid. This is the Sweet Sunshine Magenta Sky. And I mean, I know they're like so similar that maybe I shouldn't do that, but I also might just do it anyway. So I like the combination of those together. Let's see, this one, full to part sun, 4 to 12 inches. This one, minimum spacing 12 to 24 inches. Zones 10A to 11B. I'm never going to overwinter petunias here, that's for sure. Let's see, any other deadheading not necessary, fantastic, heat tolerant, long lasting blooms for containers and landscapes. And now let me find it in the book. It's right here on the same page. This is also labeled as a top pick. I mean, I think it definitely stands out. Like if I was in a garden center, that, the other one I just showed, would definitely stand out to me as I was walking by. So this says, see what all the hoopla is about. This pickety patterned petunia, I like that alliteration, is the best we've trialed in years. It meets Supertunia standards for season-long performance without deadheading, has a well-branched habit, and exhibits consistent, bold color pattern. Phenomenal garden performance, part sun to sun, 8 to 24 inch spread. So that one will be fun to find a place for. Then there are two more that I have right here. So this one is Supertunia Saffron Finch. I love the butter yellow of that. I mean, that could go with, again, too matchy-matchy, I don't know. But like that together as a combination, I think would be pretty. So this one here, again, has the yellow flowers. Full to part sun, 4 to 12 inches. Annual except for 10A to 11B. Those are the zones it can grow in all year. Deadheading not necessary. Heat tolerant, long blooming. So basically all the same as the last petunia that I just showed you. Also labeled as a top pick in here. I swear not everything is labeled as a top pick. Just those ones that I happen to have right here. So where is this one? Bright yellow flowers, blooms spring to fall with no deadheading, part sun to sun. Full well branching habit. So yeah, seems very similar in terms of growth to the Supertunia Hoopla Vivid Orchid. And then the last one that I have here, and then I'll go over, I think the two that I have growing already in my garden because I was impatient. This one is the Supertunia Mini Vista Sweet Sangria. Now, Supertunia Vista are my favorite petunias just because of all the petunias I've ever had in my garden. Those grow the best, like they're the most vigorous, they last the longest. I don't have to do like anything to them until the budworms come and eat them, but I'm going to be better about that this year because there's a lot more petunias in my garden. But this one I think is just supposed to be kind of a slightly smaller version, both in terms of size and the size of the plant and the size of the flowers to the Supertunia Vista. So this is Supertunia Mini Vista Sweet Sangria. Full to part sun, 6 to 12 inches, spacing 12 to 18 inches, full to part sun, already said that. Deadheading not necessary, drought and heat tolerant. And then in here, this one says Supertunia Mini Vista Sangria has been replaced with this new stable cultivar, which bears larger, brighter fuchsia pink flowers earlier in spring. It's a great match for the series, which is quickly gaining popularity. I don't think there's anything else new in here that was not on the tag. So this used to be, I guess, Supertunia Mini Vista Sangria. It's now Supertunia Mini Vista Sweet Sangria. So if you've had that before, this is the new upgraded version of that. So that is everything I have to show you. The other two that I also have, first is the Supertunia Mini Vista Ultramarine Petunia. This one is very similar to Royal Velvet, only it's the mini version. So this one I have in my raised bed up front in the center that has my native plants in it, and it's going to mound over hopefully the front, but I absolutely love the color of it. I'll either insert it, actually I don't think it's blooming yet. I'll try to get a photo of it and insert it here, but if not, it's this one right there. And then the other one that I have planted downstairs in a pot that I'm very excited to show you, but I'm not going to show you yet, is Safari Dusk James Britannia. So that one is, it's a relative of Sotera that can be used in similar applications with the advantage of far greater heat and humidity tolerance. We are also quite high humidity here, so that works. Part sun to sun, 6 to 12 inches high, 12 to 24 inch spread, good resistance to powdery mildew and down mildew. So that is, again, I'll try to find a picture. This one right there. So that is everything new that I'm trialing for 2024. I don't know how long this video was, so I apologize after editing if it's still quite long, but I'm really excited to try these out. I'm really grateful to try these out. I never would have thought starting gardening, I'm really getting into it 4 years ago, 2019, that I would ever be contacted by companies to trial non-released, unreleased plants in my garden. So this is really exciting for me. I will obviously show you when I get these planted. I will show them throughout garden tours and give you updates on how they're doing. But I'm really excited to get these growing in my garden. So I think that's going to be everything for this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will see you in the next one.